Hello sir, ako nga po pala si Jonel Arellano ng AK31. Tatalakayin at pag-uusapan natin ang tungkol sa halo antenna. First of all, papaliwanag muna natin kung anong definition ng halo antenna. Halo antenna or halo is a one-half wavelength dipole antenna which have been bent into a circle with an electrical break directly opposite the feed point. The dipole's ends are close but not meet and may have an air capacitor between them to adjust the antenna's resonance frequency. If mounted horizontally, this antenna's radiation is approximately omnidirectional and horizontally polarized. Ang halo antenna, kadalasan makikita natin to from the word halo. Makikita natin siya, itsura niya na pabilog. Pero di natin siya madalas nakikitang ginagamit kasi siguro depende na rin sa kung saang lugar na dapat gamitin kasi meron siyang characteristics meron siyang kakaibang characteristics na wala sa ibang klase ng antenna, na parang merong purpose yung kung bakit ganito yung itsura or yung mga characteristic ng antenang to. Next, ito yung larawan. Ito yung isang halimbawa or figure ng isang halo antenna. The typical halo antenna construction. The round tuning plates are tuned for resonance and omitted in some designs. The small box contains a small trimmer capacitor used to fine-tune the gamma match arm. Ayan. Sabi dito, yung nakikita nating dalawang parang platong magharap, yun yung parang nagde-detect na nag-aano ng signal surround dito sa antenang to. Ito namang small box, ang kulay black sa baba, tawag naman nila dyan or yung gamit niyan, yan ang tinatawag nilang small trimmer capacitor na ginagamit para ma-tune ng maayos siguro yung signal na madidetect niya para mas maayos, para mas maging maayos yung pagdaloy ng bawat signal. Yan yung halimbawa ng isang figure ng isang halo antenna. Next ay ito naman yung isa pang figure kung saan pinapakita yung characteristics at iba't ibang klaseng part ng halo antenna. Tinatawag nilang connection diagram for a gamma match halo antenna. Omnidirectional one-half wavelength dipole antenna which have been bent into a loop with a small break in the loop on the side directly opposite the feed point. The dipole ends are close but not meet and may have air between the need to establish resonance. ito yung mga parts ng isang halo antenna para maka-receive at makapag flow ng maayos na signal gamit tong halo antenna. Next naman, itong larawang to, figure na to, itong pangatlong figure natin. Ito yung type of halo na tinatawag nilang folded dipole. A folded dipole type of halo, gain along y-axis 1.2 dBi. Doon daw sa y-axis niya meron siyang 1.2 dBi. Tapos sa gain along z-axis negative 1 dBi. Sa z-axis itong pataas na araw meron siyang negative 1 dBi. Habang dito naman sa x, gain along x-axis as negative 1.7 dBi. Meron daw negative 1.7 dBi ang ating x-axis. Fed at the center of the bottom conductor, or yung fed line not shown, supported at the center of the top conductor, which is at ground potential for RF. This is similar to the halo as original patented. Ito yung pinapakita dito yung yung gamit ng design. Kung ano yung kinaganda ng design ng halo antenna sa pag ng signal. Itong antenna to, ito yung ang tawag nila dito, folded dipole. Isa siyang klase ng halo antenna. Next. Ang next natin pag-uusapan ay halo antennas versus loop antennas. Parang pagkukumparahin natin dito yung halo antennas laban sa loops antennas. Basahin muna natin yung definition. Halo antennas versus loop antennas. These sections contrast halo antennas with loop antennas, which are electrically dissimilar, but can be confused as they all share the same shape as halo. Ang halo antenna daw at ang loop antenna ay halos magkapareho. Parang wala daw silang pinagkaiba kasi dahil sa hugis nung hugis ng design nila, pareho silang circle. Kaya minsan di natin agad malalaman kung halo ba to or loop antenna. First natin pagkukumparahin ay yung halo antenna versus large loops antenna. Although also resonant antenna, the halo antenna is distinct from the self-resonance loop antenna, which is approximately double its size for the same operating frequency. In the case of halo antenna, each half is about a quarter wavelength long and ends with a current node, zero current, and peak voltage. Ang halo antenna daw, mas malaki siya ng doble kaysa sa large loop. Yun lang ang pinagkait sa physical appearance. Mas malaki ng doble yung halo antenna sa large loop. Yun lang halos pinagkaiba nila. Sa wavelength, long. Sa halo, meron siyang 1/2. While dito sa large, meron siyang quarter wavelength long. On the other hand, the two semicircles of a resonance loop, each being a half wavelength long, and with a voltage node, ito nga yung peak current and zero voltage, opposite the feed point. Where the semicircles connected, self-resonant loops with a perimeter of one full wavelength have a radiation pattern with a fixed perpendicular to the plane of the loop. Doon sa z-axis yung sa pangatlong diagram na pinakita natin, but falls to zero with the plane of the loop quite opposite the radiation pattern of a halo antenna. Thus, despite the superficial similarity, these two antenna types are fundamentally different. Yun nga daw, kahit na halos magkamukha sila, halos parang same lang sila, fundamentally sa mga gamit, characteristics, meron pa rin silang pagkakaiba. The next is halo antenna versus small loops antenna naman. A halo antenna is distinct from the small loop antenna in size, radiation pattern, radiation resistance, and efficiency. A halo antenna is a resonant antenna. Its feed point impedance is purely resistive at the design frequency. A small loop antenna, on the other hand, has lower radiation resistance and is not self-resonant. It requires some form of impedance matching to counter the loop reactance. In practice, this usually consists of a shunt capacitor. Ayun lang yung pagkakaiba nila ng halo antenna at saka ng small. Sa size din, mas maliit yung loop antenna kasi nga doon sa pangalan ng small loop, ano lang siya, maliit lang siya kaysa sa halo antenna. At saka yung sa radiation pattern niya, magkaiba sila sa halo. Since the small antenna's radiation resistance is small, perhaps a few ohms at most power converted to radio waves can be dwarfed by power loss by heat. Yun nga, dahil daw maliit siya, tas pag mataas na yung power, mataas na yung dahil sa radio waves na nako-convert, nagkukosto ng init at ganun na rin nababawasan yung nagkakaroon ng power loss due to resistance in the conductor. For better transmitting performance, large antennas are always preferred. Pagdating daw sa performance, transmitting signal, transmitting information, mas maganda daw yung larger antenna kumpara dito sa small loop natin. But at long wavelengths, lower MF and LF. The size of any resonance antenna, such as the halo, is unflexibly large, and small loops are nevertheless used as least worst option. Yun lang yung pangit sa small loops antenna. Hindi siya recommended kasi napaka-limit na ng kakayahan niya kumpara dun sa large tsaka sa halo. Kaya mas maganda na yung gumamit ka na lang ng large. Next natin pag-uusapan ay ang mga advantages at disadvantages ng halo antenna. Ang una ay ang advantages of halo antenna. The halo antenna as a larger antenna is more efficiency than a small loop. Mas efficient daw ang halo antenna para sa mga small loop. On the VHF band and above, the physical diameter of an halo is small enough to be effectively used as a mobile antenna. Towards the horizon, the pattern is omnidirectional to within 3 dB or less, and that can be evened out by making the loop slightly smaller and adding more capacitance between the elements tips. Not only will that even out the gain, it will reduce the largely waste upward radiation. Halos pick up less ignition noise from vehicle when mounted atop vehicle roofs. Ginagamit din pala yung halo antenna. Ang maganda rin pala yung halo antenna na to sa mga vehicle, sa mga mounted top na vehicle roof. Ginagamit tong halo antenna natin. Halos may be stock for additional gain. This reduce for high angle radiation. Nagkakaroon siya ng stock. Nag-stock siya ng gain. Ayun din yung parang nakakapag-save siya ng power. Effect on the shape of radiation pattern in the plane of an antenna. A well-constructed halo present a good match to 50 ohms coaxial cable. Ayun yung mga advantages ng halo antenna. Next naman ay ang disadvantages ng halo antenna. Radiation from horizontal halos has almost no vertical polarization component. One can expect a large signal loss when other station uses vertical polarization. Yun lang, hindi sila nagkakaroon ng meet ng maayos. Pag ang halos daw, almost naka-vertical polarization siya, yung component niya. Nagkakaroon ng signal loss yung ibang station. Yun lang, hindi siya, parang hindi siya balance, hindi pa siya ganun ka-balance. The halo antenna is structurally rigid. If attached to a vehicle, it may suffer damage. Mayroon din palang disadvantages sa mga vehicle. Pag kunyari naka-attach daw siya sa vehicle, nagkakaroon din ng damage. Lalo na pag kunyari yung vehicle, yung dinadaanan yung maraming mga puno. Parang nai-interrupt yung signal. Nadadamage yung antenna. A halo antenna is a resonant antenna providing best performance only around one efficiency. On the other hand, a small transmitting loop can be tuned over 3x1 frequency range by a variable capacitor. Disadvantage for mobile use: the halo rather conspicuous compared to the much more common vertical whip antenna and may attract unwanted attention. Pangit daw gamitin ng antenna to, lalo na sa mobile gadgets kumpara dun sa common na vertical whip antenna. Kasi mas na-attract yung mga mas attractable siya ng unwanted signal or unwanted attention. A halo antenna is not efficient for skywave communication as a horizontal small of other things being equal, since more of its signal is sent upward instead outward. Pangit din siya gamitin sa mga matataas na lugar, kasi nga yung signal niya pataas, yung signal niya pala horizontal lang. Pag sobrang taas na, parang wala na siyang nakukuha. Kasi naboblock na minsan ng mga clouds or ng mga ibang signal na naagawan siya. Meron din pala siyang limit na dapat ganito lang siya kataas. Yan lang yung disadvantages niya. Yun yung mga important things na dapat natin maintindihan o malaman about sa halo antenna. Next ay yung meron akong mga iniwang questions related sa antenna. Papakita ko dito sa next slides. And that's all po. Again, my topic is halo antenna. Thank you for listening and have a nice day, sir.